How did I plan and prepare for a mortgage? I like what she said. The bank is not your friend. That's what I tell everybody. The bank is not your friend. The bank is in business to turn a profit. And most banks in this country right now, they ain't turning a big profit. Because if you check the percentages on your savings, it's very low. It's less than what, 1% now? So, you say, here's what you do. Reverse engineer the bank or the lending institute. Remember something. If they're in business to make profit, what makes you a good candidate for them to give you a mortgage? I'm going to run through these steps and I tell you how it is. One, like she said, bring your job letter. You know why you need a job letter? First step, you need a consistent source of income. You self-employed for 20 years. You lie because you have no bank statements that can prove that you've been in business for 20 years. You don't need a big sum of money, but if you can show them, every time I cut a yard or every time I wash windows, I deposit this amount at the end of the month, or I deposit it every week. It shows that you have a consistent source of income. Records. That's what the bank is looking for. That's what they're looking for. All right? The next thing is this. Your debt to profit ratio needs to be in a positive state. Oh, what that means? You got to have more savings than debt, people. You don't need every clothes or everything you want to order from Shein and Amazon and all these things. How much black shoes you could wear? You got a black dress for every black outing and you don't even go out no more. If some of us go inside our closet and sell the clothes that we have right now, we have enough to start a small business. And I'm not saying that to knock everybody, but here's the thing. We hoarding all of these stuff, but they ain't turning no profits for us. What's the point? All right? Now, some of us suffer from what I like to call poverty syndrome. You know, like when you're growing up and your mommy didn't have any money, so now you start working and you realize you could buy these things, so you start buying these things because it make you feel, get over that. Get some help, therapy. Get some help. You know, you only got one pair of feet. You really don't need 6 black shoes, women. You didn't even wear the black shoes. Some of them dry out in the closet. And all I'm saying this to you is this. Cool. You say, well, darn, you're knocking us. No. But if those things are putting you in debt and you don't have a profit or a ratio of savings, they are not an asset to you. They are a liability to you. Sell some of them. Here's what you do. Right? First of all, before you make a purchase, look at the item. Wait 30 days. If after 30 days, you still want the item, make sure that you can pay for the item twice before you buy it. Now, after 30 days, if you could pay for it twice and you still want it, I say buy it. After you buy the item, check yourself. If you only wear this item in 3 months, chances are you're not going to wear this item. Sell it. I mean, you broke, the light off, the cupboards ain't got no food, but you got a closet full of food. What you can eat? You got a closet full of clothes. What you can eat? The clothes? So my point to you is consistent source of income, debt, a positive debt to profit ratio, meaning that you got more savings than you have debt. A lot of us don't need more money. We just need less of what we acquiring. That's all we need. Yeah, a lot of us don't need more money. A lot of people say, oh, I need more money. You know, Pastor, the Bible, they sing this song. You know, God ain't gonna never give you more than you could bear. That go for money too. You can't budget $10. You think he can give you $100,000 for you to hurt somebody? You have to become good stewards of the little before he can entrust you with much. These are biblical principles. A lot of people, they've been coming to church for 10 years and they have not been able to pay tithes consistently yet. And we get in the teaching, but are you executing on what you're doing? So the next step is this. After a consistent source of income, a positive debt to profit ratio. You need a healthy lifestyle, healthy certificate. How do you prove that? Get some life insurance. Get some life insurance. You say, well, I can't qualify for life insurance. Well, that's the problem. So probably you have to change your diet. You have to bring your lifestyle into place. We got a lot of young people who right now, they got diabetes, hypertension. And you say, like, you only 21. What are you doing? Well, like, they're killing themselves slowly. That's what they're doing. But they're not paying attention to these things. The next thing she spoke about it is a down payment. Okay, how do you get a down payment? See those steps that I give you, the ESPI with economics? Here's what that also tell you. What you can afford. Do not get a side hustle to get a mortgage. Because here's what happens after you get the mortgage and you stop the side hustle. The bank comes for their house. I tell everybody this. If you get married or you're single, but think about it like this. One paycheck, not two. One paycheck, not two. One paycheck should be able to cover the mortgage. You wonder why a lot of these people's houses getting sold? Okay, some of them get married. They take the two paychecks and they make the mortgage. Well, they break up. Well, it's only one paycheck. Now the bank coming for the house. Oh, you work at a hotel or something that has an up and down economy. You get laid off. You only have one paycheck now, but you got the mortgage under the pretense of two. It goes back to what I'm saying. We don't need more money. We just need to stop acquiring some stuff that we can't afford. Okay? So you have to live within. That's it. So once you do that, here's what you're going to find out. You're now able to pay your tithes consistently. See, people say, Terry, what you talking about? Part of paying tithes consistently is not just giving the money to church, you know. Part of paying tithes consistently is for you to have a budget. Because if you can't budget the 10%, 9 out of 10 times you can't budget the other 90%. Okay? A consistent source of income, a positive debt to profit ratio, a healthy lifestyle. Prove it, get some life insurance. If you know you're looking for a house, once you have these fundamentals in place, right? I tell my nieces and my nephews, they're in their 20s right now. I said, when you turn 30, walk into any bank with $30,000, a life insurance that costs more than your house, and see if, on a job that you've been on for more than 5 to 7 years, and see if they reject you. They won't. They won't, because they want your money. And guess what? You have profit potential. That's what it is. So you reverse engineer what they're looking for, and you put the steps in place. All of these things, all of us could do. But here's what's going to happen. A lot of you are going to leave here tonight, and you're going to come back next week, and you're going to get the information. And just like our pastors preach every Sunday, y'all get the information, and you don't act on it. You don't act on it. So make sure once you get this information, you do something. I'm not telling you run out there and start a business or go to the bank looking for a mortgage. Start with this one step. This one step. May just started. Track all of your spending for May. All of it. Do that for 6 months. Do that for 6 months and see where your money goes. After 6 months, you'll have an idea of where you're spending the bulk of your money. All right? I went to Wendy's the other day, almost had a heart attack. $20 for 2 combos? You got to be out your mind. I was ready to raise cows and start hamburgers, and I don't even eat meat. Okay? But these are some of the things you have to look at. Track your budget for 3 months, and then assess it. And see what's your biggest overhead. Okay? We have the power in here to do this. I went to the bank. When I went to the bank, I called Bank of Bahamas, and I told the guy, prior to getting a mortgage, I had a school loan of $40,000 that I had to pay back. $40,000. And that was the down payment for the house right there. All right? But I was afforded the opportunity to have an education and get some skills. So I had to honor my part of the word. My part is, you use my money. The agreement was you pay it back once you got back. I paid it back in full. All right? what happened now is I called the guy, I said, I'm looking for a mortgage. He said, you need to come in. I said, listen, sir, send me your checklist of what you need. I'm not going to waste your time, and you ain't going to waste my time. I ain't coming there with 3-4 documents, and you turning me around. I work for one of the biggest internet service providers in the Western Hemisphere, and I don't have time to play. Send me an email with what you need. I will garner everything that you need. I'll send you copies. When I have everything, and you run this through your system, I'll bring you the originals, and we'll have a meeting. That's exactly what happened. Okay? The banks right now are fighting for your money. But a lot of us don't have no money to fight for. So what we have to do, and my sister will tell you every family dinner, after they cry, who get the first piece of cake? What happens is we talk finances, we talk religion, we talk all of these things. And my pet peeve is this. The people of God in this church, the people of God in this country have so much power, but they're not using it. They're sitting down and they're letting other people push their agendas on us. You know why? Because we're not in the financial position to push back. So we have to get our houses and our homes in order first. And then as a whole, we can unite and we can deal with what's happening here. Okay? If you have to go to your job in the morning, you got to be careful about what you speak out against. Because your job is how you feed your family. But if you control your income, now they can't tell you shut up. Now they can't tell you can't start your business with prayer. And you can't start your business without a scripture reading. And you can't have certain principles because it's your business. And here's how you run it. And it's not dictated to them giving you a paycheck. Right. I submit to you tonight, you put these things in place. And I can guarantee you, almost guarantee you, with the help of God and the execution of you doing the work, you will start to see profits in your life because you're doing the work. You will start to see your lifestyle change inside first before you start to see a change in your pockets. Okay? It makes no sense. You go to a lending institute, you get all these people money, and you don't know what to do with it. Okay? As you grow from the inside, you build the foundation and the core of what you believe, and you execute little by little. You become good stewards of those things, and God will open opportunities for you to take on more and more and more. Quick story before I close. When I started printing for one of my other companies because I realized that my sales were down in the summer, and I needed to come up with an outfit that the ladies could wear and to go to regattas. And I started printing. And at the time, one of my coworkers was starting their church, and she knew I was screen printing. And she said to me, Darren, I need 15 shirts. I've never screen printed for somebody else in my life. She said, Darren, I need 15 shirts. I said, when do you need these for? This was a Thursday. I didn't even know where to get blank shirts from. And she said, I need this for Sunday. From Thursday to Friday, the order went from 15 to 20. By the time as I printed on Sunday, I needed 60 shirts to print for them. That was somebody who saw what I was doing, who saw that I was seeking, who saw I was faithful to building my systems. They took the chance, and they said they've never regretted to this day. I still print to them for this day. I still print to them. My point is that it's not how you start. It's what you do once you get started. All right? It's very hard to stay a parked car. But once you get it moving, you can let God and Him giving you the wisdom and the information, and you'll be on the path as to what you need to go. Get up, do some work, and act on what we have. Have a good night.